and our Chief Executive Officer, ladies and gentlemen, J.R. Ryder. Ladies and gentlemen, J.R. Ryder. Our founder, our chairman, and our chief executive officer, ladies and gentlemen, J.R. Ryder. Okay. Okay. Wow. I'm excited. I'm going to tell you something. I'm more excited than I've ever been. I really am. You know, one of my favorite sayings is don't forget where you came from because you might not be able to find your way back. Well, I'm going to tell you something. My way back is back into the streets, the living room, and building the business with you. And this is the year I get to do it. This is the year I get to do it. And to me, it's what it's all about. It's my number one love. I love showing the plan. I love doing brain surgery. And I want to tell you that it's going to be the greatest year ever. And I'm going to show you today a magic moment where something over the next few months is going to totally change the business. And if you're on board, it's going to change your business. But returning to the field is so important to me. Sometimes I get carried away. Do I? Do I get carried away? Let me tell you why I'm so passionate. I want to make sure that nothing interferes with me returning to the field. So I kind of beat it hard, don't I? Okay, do you love me? Well, I love you even if you don't love me. And I want to tell you something. I want to put a little smoke in the jar real quickly just to put everything in perspective for you. Look, we've been at this for 26 years. And after 26 years, we discovered a problem that we didn't know about. It kind of surprised us. And, you know, it was hurting the market for our products and affecting the MPCP and hurting your businesses. And whoa, when you mess with my baby, you know, you're going to hear about it. So that was the auctions and the MPCP manipulation. I got some good news. We caught it and we solved it. We caught it and we solved it. You see? And we have the solution, and of course we're following through with it. So that one is done. And in the process, we're always fine-tuning. You know, we discovered some things that have changed over the years, kind of like slipped up. Does that ever happen to you? It kind of changed over the years, and it was preventing the plan from working as good as it could for you, the big guy, the little guy, and the company. So we're tuning up the engine with some improvements. And it's going to be better for everyone. Look, guys, we've been at this for a long time. We've never done anything that ultimately didn't benefit you. We've never done anything for our gain at your expense. You got to trust us. Okay? Thank you. But I want you to understand them. I'm big on understanding. You know that. You got to know the why. You got to understand. So, you know, anyone who's confused or concerned, okay, on Sunday for 30 minutes, and I guess it's here, I'm going to go through how the math and logic of the MPCP actually works. I'm going to open up the hood and explain it to you, and what will make it work better. I can see things that make it work not as well. And you know, that includes the IBV plan, BV versus IBV, the 10-20-30. We got to get all these things working together instead of pulling on each other and working against each other. Does that make sense? Okay, and downline placement and cashback and double IBV. So I'm going to give it to you all, and it's going to be extremely clear and extremely simple. And then we're all going to go home and start building again and be happy. Okay? Okay, so look, you got to get either the math or the logic. I got to make sure that you either get the math or the logic about what's to happen. And, you know, it's one of my favorite stories. I'm just going to tell the short version of it. You know, Terry Unratty was a great quarterback in the 60s, back when Dennis played around then. And he was failing math and logic. And he was a quarterback for Notre Dame, and the national championship was at stake, so they hired a Jesuit priest professor to get him through to pass at least one of them. He had to pass one of them. So he sat him down and he said, Terry, now, national championships at stake, and there's 5 flies on the table. We're going to try to pass math. 3 fly away. How many are left? He says, none. Terry, I mean, how can you be so brilliant on the field but so stupid in the classroom? 5 flies on this table, 3 fly away. How many are left? But Professor, none. Oh, my God. He said, well, how do you come up with that answer? He said, because I lived on a farm. And if those 3 flies flew away, so would the other 2. He says, you failed math, but you passed logic. You can play in Saturday's game. You get it? You got to get one of them. Now, if you get them both, you're dangerous. And I want you to be dangerous. So, you know, Chris is my partner. He's the guy that takes my visions, the shopping annuity, and integrates it with the company and with the IT people. It's a really hard job. And he is part IT and part marketing. But that type of brain tells you the story. What I do is sell you the story. There's a difference, isn't there? So he told it to you. I don't know if you got it. It's probably going to hit you on the way home. But we are merging this program with your life. It's transparent with the way you do things and the way life works for you. So it almost becomes automatic. I know you don't believe it. I know you don't know it. And the only learning is experiential. So as you experience it, you are going to go, wow, wow, wow. Okay, now remember, the mind is like a parachute. The mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open. And I'm going to push you out of the plane. So, okay, you know, so I want to tell you that the shopping annuity, I don't know what you think of it or how you would describe it, but whatever you think, you need to know this. It's a process, not an event. It's just like the business is a process. You don't get in and either next week become a national supervising coordinator or not. You work toward it. It's a progress. It's a process. We have fun and it grows. Same thing with the shopping annuity. Can you understand that? Tell me, does that make any sense to you? It's not like you get in it, you do it, and all of a sudden everything works or not. It's a process. It's fun. You're saving money. It's like building the business. You do it because it's going to create more BV and IBV and residual income. Does that make sense? So let's look at it that way. And it's a paradigm shift. We're a disruptor. By the time I get done with you in this session, you're going to see how this is going to impact and disrupt and change the world. With the power in this room, and remember, the greatest power in the world is not money. It's not nuclear energy. It's not government. It's people power. And the power that we have in this room can virtually change the economy. And I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you why it's possible. Now, I believe that nobody should believe in anything unless the logic makes sense to them. Don't just believe to believe. Believe because it makes sense. And I'm going to give you the logic of why we have something that nobody else has that can literally change all of our businesses, change Market America to a multi-billion-dollar company, and change the world. That's what I'm here to do. So, and see if you don't agree, but I want you to be thinking, not arguing, right? Not closing the parachute, right? Not daydreaming. I want you to be thinking as I do this. Is that a deal? Okay. So we're a disruptor, and I want you to know why it's possible. We have something that nobody else has, a combination of things. I want you to imagine for a moment. Imagine a day in the future when the shopping annuity is everywhere, like Google or like social media. It has become a way of life. You no longer have to worry about what you have to order or what you have to shop for because it's been systemized. And you're saving money on everything. And you have total control over the situation. And you're the first to know about all the best deals because you're in a community of 160,000 people that are all bringing the best deals and identify them, and we're aggregating them and getting the price to go down and using our muscle on the manufacturers. Does that make any sense? But listen, we become used to prices always going up. Imagine in this next year, all the prices and things that you have to spend money for don't go up because there's no real reason for them to go up. They go down. They go down. You're always out of money because everything always goes up in price and they always find more things to make you buy or you won't be relevant. True or false? Come on, true or false? Are you thinking? Okay. So now it goes down as more and more people participate. And what happens is your income, instead of staying the same, instead of losing your job or getting a cut or downsize or just fighting to stay even, your income goes up every year. Simply because everybody in the world has to live and has to shop. Everybody wants a nest egg, but nobody has any money to invest. And if they do, it's very volatile. They're more likely to lose it than gain. But everybody spends to live and shop, and we're harnessing that to give them economic freedom. Oh. I mean, not everybody wants to do Motives, not everyone wants to do TLS, not everybody wants to do Market America even, but everybody shops. And when it all comes down to it, it's ease, price, isn't it? And what if you add income? And it's no different than Facebook. It's no different than IG. You interact with people, and a footprint develops, doesn't it? True or false? You know? You know how it develops? The only difference is we put a little code in there and track everything that you buy, and you get a piece of the margin. Imagine that. Just like Facebook, just like IG. Is it you getting this? Can you stretch your brain just a little bit? Can you see how that might happen? Okay, well, how? Now, look, I know that you feel like I come from outer space. You know, you think that I may sometimes speak in the future in tongues and concepts that are visionary and hard to imagine. And I come off like an alien or a crazy person. True or false? Okay. But this is really going to happen. And by the way, always remember, when I introduced MPCP and binomial or binary marketing, the whole world thought I was crazy and that it couldn't be done. And look what happened. But understand, listen, I'm going to tell you something. Okay? I know that you think I'm crazy. I know that you think this is from outer space. I know you think that we're on the moon. But this is really going to happen, and you need to get ready for the coming. I don't know what you think of me, but I make things happen. And this is going to happen because with all of my passion, I am going to make it happen regardless of what you do. You understand that? So believe me, go along for the ride. I promise I won't hurt you. Okay? So I need that. Thank you. I need that. You know? Thank you. So listen. Now we're rocking. You know, understand. I mean, it reminds me when I first started showing the plan, and people were sitting in the front row, looked like a rat died in their mouth. The guy next to them, his underwear was too tight. I mean, they thought, you know. But at any rate, I want you to understand today why the shopping annuity is really going to be a game changer and the huge effect on your business. And unfortunately or fortunately, that's with you or without you. It's going to happen. I'm making it happen. So the shopping annuity may seem from outer space, but it's coming to Earth and will change your business and the way people shop. That's the bottom line. Okay? Now, the shopping annuity may seem from outer space, but it's coming to Earth, so let's get ready. And I know you think that I may be way out there and speak in the future and a visionary, and it's hard to imagine. You think that I come off crazy or like I'm from outer space, and maybe I am, you know? But this is really going to happen. I am going to bring it to Earth today. Now look, there's 6 things that we have that when put together cause a quantum leap in what can be done. They've never been put together again. Nobody else has them. Now I want you to cognitively think and analyze this. Number 1, monetized network of over 160,000 entrepreneurs and 6 million customers that's monetized. In other words, we got economic glue between us, don't we? Now, who else has that? Does Google have it? Does Facebook have it? Does Amazon have it? Does Market America have it? Point 1. Point 2, universal shopping cart. You know what a universal shopping cart is? It's one of the most complicated technological IT creations on the internet ever made. It's more complicated than going to the moon. There's only a few of them out there. Amazon, shop.com. That's where you can sell somebody everything, track where the product is, take the fulfillment, the order. You know, you have to have all these images coming in. You have to know the products in inventory. I mean, it is really complicated. Can you understand that? Do you? We have one of the best. Who else has one? Who else has one? Who else in direct sales has one? Where we can sell people anything and track it, okay? The next thing that you would need to do a shopping annuity is you need everything that people buy in the way of products. Well, who else has that? Does Mary Kay? No. You know, does Prime America? You name me some others. Herbalife? No. You know? Shop.com, Market America has it all. And what we don't have, we have a system as a product brokerage company to quickly bring it on. Okay, so fourth, in order for this to happen, people have to know where their money's going and what they're spending it on if we're going to convert it into savings and earning. Does that make sense? Come on. When I did it with you in the beginning, you all argued with me. I don't spend $18,000 to $30,000 a year. Yeah, let's take a look at your bank account. You know what I love about the deductor? It proves it. It's taking it right from your bank account. And you went backwards. Your debt went up. Your spending's about the same, a little more. You're going backwards. But that money vanished. Gone. And there's the proof. How would you like that money to be in the bank for you right now? Earning a yield. That's what it's all about. But you can't do that unless there's a tool or a way to figure out what they're spending and what they're spending it on so we can identify it and convert it. Then we just match it. Kind of like the old telephone systems with all those things. All these guys wanted to do it by machine learning and algorithms. So you don't even got the algorithms right because you don't know what people can't find what they want. But the guys that are doing it, I've been through the site many times and I've found the things that are the best. So let's just plug it in and match it for each person. But you can't do that if you don't know what they're buying, or whether they can't if they don't know where they're spending their money. So now we systemically organize that, okay? And we're now making it transparent with the way they live, so it's easy to do. Does that make sense? Okay? So now that we know everything that you buy and categorize it, we can match it to all the stuff on the universal shopping cart and unfranchise. But when you have to do it, it takes way too long, it's too much work, and you don't see the result. That's all going away. That's all going away. Are you going to give me a chance? Are you going to give me a chance? Are you going to try it? Okay? What if I'm right? If I'm right, you're rich. You think I would put my soul, reputation, credibility on the line to this extent and be wrong? I'm sure. You see? Okay, a financial vehicle or technology to convert into residual income. We have a financial vehicle that will take that information and that shopping and turn it into a financial vehicle that yields you a residual income that can be 6 figures a year based on your footprint. Holy moly. Oh. Somebody want to debate me? You want to argue why it can't happen? Tracking system. Tracking system is extremely important. Because you say, we need to know what was bought from every single vendor in order to give credit to the people, but we also have to know the quantities so that we can use our muscle to get better prices and higher BV and the lower prices. Does that make sense? But more importantly, we have a tracking system that organically tracks, just like social media, who leads to who, like the movie example, to infinity, and locks it in and put a piece of code in there, and every time that they buy, it tracks it and accumulates it all back to you. Who else has that? Now you put all 6 together. Come on, guys. Use your intelligence, your cognitive powers. When you put those 6 things together, it becomes a disruptor. If and only if you get behind me. Because if we do it together, it becomes a reality overnight. People power. People power. And we can do it. I'm going to show you today. So it's an idea whose time has come. It's an idea whose time has come based on the logic that I just presented to you. And there's no reason that it can't happen. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but this is a revolution because we're being ripped off by the establishment of the mass marketing model that's been a caste system and in control, and none of them want to give up a dime, even though all that stuff is no longer necessary. We will rise up and change that together. Well, how do you know it'll work, JR? Because those 6 things make too much sense. And I'm going to make it work. Will you make it work with me? Now look, some of you, the thing that prevents you from doing this, you get what I call stuck on the dot. Now, don't feel bad. I'm not beating you up. I get stuck on the dot too. Okay? But what I mean by that is we get hooked on something that bothers us or we don't understand, and we make it much bigger than it is. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's this dot. Whatever little thing that's festering that irritates you or that you don't understand, and you make that the whole thing. So I got this dot. Man, I got in this for BB, and I don't understand IBB, and it takes a lot of time to shop online, and I don't know if I can convince people to do it. I mean, you just make everything so complicated with this thing, and I don't feel like doing that too, and you just keep talking about it all the time. But say, you don't see the rest of the picture. Like double BIBV, saving money, changing the world, getting rich, new car, going director, everybody wants in. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful things, but you can't even see them, and they can't even come into focus because stuck on the dot. Stuck on the dot. So let's get rid of the dot. Forget the dot. Come back to the dot later. Let's talk about the dot after the rest, okay? Where did I put the clicker? I got all excited. Okay. Don't get stuck on the dot. So we got these 6 things. We have what no one else has. And, just what I want to do is etch these into your cerebral cortex. So I'm popping them out again. Look at the slides. Okay, monetized network. 160,000 entrepreneurs, 6 million customers. And guess what? I have a way that all the customers are going to get residual income. Already have it. Just have to make it work with you first. Then it's going to explode. So, I'll tell you why. You know how hard it is to recruit for some of you? What if this really worked? So it worked, you did it, you saved money, you saved a lot of money, and you started to accumulate credit toward residual income. And it was fun. It actually kind of became like a game. You know, like we have bathroom day, and everybody does bathroom. We have, you know, garage day. And it really got to be fun, and you saw results the whole way. You know, it worked for you. You saved a lot of money, and you started making money. How are you not going to tell your relatives about it? How are you not going to tell people at work about it? This is one of those things that starts to spread virally simply because it's simple and works, and it's relevant to everybody. Can you see that? Every time somebody goes to buy something, say, man, you're paying too much for that. Look at this. You got to get in this thing. And there's nothing for them to do, because when they come in as a client, they don't even understand the business. And I'm going to show you that. But you know what the problem with it is? When they figure out how much money there is in it, you're going to lose a client and gain a UFO. Oh, terrible problem. So products, we're going to talk about different types of products that address different things. Universal shopping cart, boom. Tracking system of all of the UFOs naturally, which tracks down to customers and customers to customers and ties them back to the UFO and UFO to UFO, and exactly what was bought from every single vendor, by whom and how much. You put those two together, you have power, muscle. We have it. Assessment. Everybody's lost. Nobody knows what's going on. They just know that they don't have, the month runs out, the checkbook runs out before the end of the month. And it's not getting any better. But now we know, they can see what they're spending, where they're spending, and so we can match it. And when you do that, we're going to have links right to the product, so you don't have to go find it, because there's a lot of people that worked real hard for a long time to find everything. And we know what the best deal is, with the best shipping, best price, best BV. And when everybody orders, we take that muscle and we get more. You like that? The power in this room is amazing. If I can just aggregate it and get you guys to believe and focus and try it. Because if you try it, and by the way, I tricked you, you already did try it. And it actually worked. I'm going to show you. But financial vehicle that will actually pay people. So, can you see why these things would all be necessary to make this a reality? You see, this thing goes back, for me, to 1984. I was thinking this. I mean, I told Lauren, people hate to be sold, but they love to buy. If I could find out what everybody wanted, I could go out and get it and offer it at a lower price. 1984, computerized marketing. I could go out and get it for less and then ship it to them and not have stores, inventory, and all that stuff, okay? And if I had 50,000 people and I knew that 10,000 wanted widget A, I get widget A at a lower price and make it better. And then I could pay them for everybody that they led to and give them 100% credit. That was the start of the plan. That's when the movie thing happened. Well, I'm telling you, this thing always made sense. But there was no way to do it. I didn't have the technology, and I didn't have you. So I had to make sure you made money so you would be here for me to do this to you. You're going to like it a lot. So here we are today. Finally, everything has come together. I'm making this a reality. Let me tell you the reality that you're dealing with, where you've been conned and you're unconscious and you don't even know it. The establishment and mass marketing, all the big companies that sell product, advertise, and control the stores, they want to keep us apart. They want to keep us separate. They will do anything to keep us separate, because only then can they dictate price and how we get a product and when we get it. Because once we are no longer separate and we can aggregate and buy together, it changes everything. We have muscle. We dictate the price. And 70% of the cost of the product, okay, you can argue with me. What do you want to do? Win? 50%. I still win. It's not even in the product. And a big part of that can go in your pocket. It can go into the system. And we can make it happen together. Individually, each person, and together, instantly, we can change everything. I'm telling you. So here you are. Everybody's separate. Everybody's spending their money. They're sucking it out of you, aren't they? You got to pay the price. And they're always coming up with new gadgets and stuff that make you not relevant if you don't buy them. So you're always out of money. Isn't that true? Then the washing machine breaks. I got a scam going with warranties. Put a chip in them and they break, just a month that the warranty runs out. Anybody experience that? Oh my God, so many people experience it, there's got to be some truth to it. So we come together like this, and that money starts going back. Is that making any sense to you? So look, everybody wants a nest egg. Everybody shops, true? And everybody wants a nest egg. Everybody wants some security. Everybody wants a nest egg that provides them an income, okay, so that they can retire or have an independent lifestyle. True or false? Well, here's what I say. The person that says they don't will lie to you about something else. Okay, but who has any money to invest? Who has any discretionary extra income? And these annuities and different investment vehicles take a lot of money. Where are you going to get it? And if you do get it, you inherit it or whatever, you really save hard, you got to be able to watch it very carefully. $13 trillion was drained out of this country by a bunch of scam artists that were at the top of the establishment economic securities pyramid. Do you trust them? In the crash of 2012 or whatever the year was. So it's very unlikely that that's going to pay off. But see, in our model, it's driven by margins. There will always be margins. It's like gravity. You can't distribute products or have economies of scale without it. I hope that you understand that intellectually. And we're grabbing a piece of that. It's not dependent on volatile markets or manipulation. It's real. And we grab it, and we aggregate it, and we accumulate it, and that's how you get rich. So, so the manufacturer's point of view, okay, and this paradigm, this is a caste system. You understand what a caste system is? You got to pay to get in it. You got to know the right people. And it's a good old boy network. Whether it be music or cereal, same crap. It doesn't matter that your product's better. You got to pay off the right people, and they control everything. They control what's on the shelf. They control the advertising. And you have all these things happening. You can read faster than I can talk, I hope. All these things happen that are adding to the price of the product. And most of them, look at them, are no longer necessary. But nobody's going to give it up because that's their dime. That's their dollar. Does that make sense? Even though they know it's wrong, not necessary, they're not going to give it up. We have to take it away from them. I'm telling you. And we can do it. Okay, so all these things, very expensive mass marketing. When you have a solution to something that isn't right and it makes life better, that creates a paradigm shift. The people in this room at this very moment, this very day, could make up their mind and we could create a world-changing paradigm shift. And the best part about it is you become economically free because of it. I don't know what to tell you. So, you know the story about the way distribution works, okay? That the old way made the product more expensive. The new way, eliminating those tiers, made it less expensive. And one-to-one marketing can make it even less expensive and reward the people that led to the product, right? You understand all of this. But why I'm showing it to you, it is brick and mortar establishment so real that it scares me. And we're so close to changing it all and taking back the economy. The economy is you. Everybody talks about the economy. You ever notice? Politicians, they blame it on the economy. The news, the media, they all talk about the economy, the recession, you know, and this factor. And who is this guy, the economy? Anybody know him? Where is this thing, the economy? The boogeyman. Oh, you're not going to be doing well this year. There's a recession. I refuse to participate. Let me tell you who the economy is and what markets are. It's us. We are the economy. And if we work together and have a system by which we can work together, we can take back the economy and create our own economy. Just watch us. So, you know, we have all of these solutions, don't we? You see them up there? We have all of these solutions. Okay, so where am I here? There I am. Okay, so 50 to 75% of the cost of the product is not there. What are we going to do about it? You don't have to do much. We just have to do the shopping annuity together, and it automatically happens. But you don't know, do you? And you know what? You'll never know unless you give it a try. Just like some of you that are earning six figures. When you saw the plan, you didn't really know. But you sure are glad you did it. I want the same thing to happen for everyone in here, because this is my way of filling this place with directors, and I'm not sure of it. And that's my dream, you know? So imagine what I'm talking about. A year from now, you wake up, you don't have to worry about what's going to happen to your children, because you know they got to spend money. And in spending money, they will derive an income. And that footprint will produce it for them. You'll catch that one on the home. It really is funny. You know, your wife spins your way to success. Guys, this is so cool and it's so fun, and you're making it so difficult because I love my dot. Come on, let's have fun. Give me a chance. You know? Put me in the game, coach. Put me in the game. I mean, put me in the game. You guys did it with me one time when I drew that stupid plan on the board and we had nothing. And look what happened. I just want one more chance. One more chance. So, you know, no doubt that it's revolutionary. You know, Steve Jobs went through the same thing. We all think he's great today. He said the hardest thing I had to do was to convince my own people. They fired him. They had to bring him back. But it was his vision when he finally got the right people behind it. It was world-changing. Don't put me through what they put him through. Well, when you think about this, this is kind of like going to the moon or creating a Google. When you think about it, it's much more doable than the other things that changed the world. And the amazing thing is, we have the people right here to do it, right now. The person next to you, behind you, in this room. And you should hear the things I hear. Oh, JR came up with one of these things. It makes the MPCP an unfranchised and mall without wall university look like, and seem like something in high school where we used to say this is out of the world or in outer space. I hear these things, Oh, man, this is like something from outer space. It's mind-blowing and so far-fetched. It reminds me of when John F. Kennedy in 1961 said we were going to the moon. Everyone thought that he was nuts, and no one believed it. But it happened. Or it's equivalent to Google, which was unimaginable in 1998 to have all the knowledge in the world at your fingertips by indexing. But today, we take it for granted. That's a positive statement that somebody makes. This guy's crazier than Gates, Jobs, and Wozniak combined. They thought that they could create home computers and put one in every home with a visual digital screen when all there was mainframes and data punch cards. Well, those guys did it and changed the world. But this guy thinks he's going to create his own economy and convert spending into earning to change the way people shop and provide residual income like dividends or interest on money in the bank. But it's all on your shopping. And while I do know this, not everybody has money to invest, but everybody has to spend money to shop and to live. That's the conversation, isn't it? And what will determine what happens? So, we're always compared to other things. And some of you think that we're trying to be an Amazon or people compare us to Amazon. We're nothing like Amazon. And just watch this, okay? Here is why I don't want to compete with Amazon. They have a different mission and purpose. We are totally different. And you don't understand that yet. We don't need to be compared to them. And we don't need to compete with them. And we don't need to beat them. Because doing our own thing, we will be much bigger than them. And I'll show you how. So look, Amazon works on razor-thin margins. Compared to Walmart, okay, at 3.3, they're at 0.22. It's not sustainable. Depends on Prime going up, and this is not sustainable long term. It's going to piss people off. Amazon is driven by equity play and was able to gamble with public investor money in the name of long lifetime value and positioning. The company spends hundreds of millions of dollars of investors' money to dominate the consumer market without making a profit. This is not a sustainable business model. Amazon has now entered into the very world it disrupted. Watch this. Talk about a hypocrite. Brick and mortar retail. They take them down, break them up, and then buy them. It's total like crazy, isn't it? Whereas Shop.com, the shopping annuity, is profitable, sustainable, and generates profit margin and income for UFOs, the people, and saving for the customer. Market America has people power and 160,000 entrepreneur sites and customer care promotion of the products and program. There's one back-end system supporting all the individual unfranchised sites, okay? And it's a force in the world with Shop.com, and the shopping annuity is people power, not equity power. Shop.com provides a 360 turnkey e-commerce and internet marketing opportunity for the average person to make 6 figures without investment. Market America and Shop.com are successful based on UFO success. Our success is based on UFO success, not the equity markets or controlling the marketplace with low prices that can't be sustained. Amazon does not operate like a for-profit company. Incentives are not aligned with profitability and employees. Over 2,500 web merchandisers and has over 500,000 employees, 5,000 search engine engineers. How can we compete with that? They're tied in equity deals and sweetheart deals with Google to be placed. It's just impossible to do that. But we don't need to do it. We have no reason to do it because we got you, and you got your network of customers and friends. Do you get that, or will it hit you on the way home? Amazon's position statement is that we'll offer convenience and great selling price all at your fingertips. Amazon's motto is where you can buy anything with a click. We're not going to tell you what the reasons are for what they position where. But using digital aggregation and polling, we can create economies of scale to drive prices down and income up. All we need is participation of the UFOs. We don't need any of that other stuff because we got you, and we have the same technology that they have, but we don't need to be attracting customers from Google or other ways. We have our own method of doing it that you get paid for. Okay. Now, am I making any sense to you? Okay, so the hell with Google. I mean, with Amazon. But I'm not competing with them. Because you see, we have an unfranchised owner in the shopping annuity. And it may be David against Goliath, but we're really not fighting them. Well, remember who won? David. That's you. We got an army of them. So what happens when we all come together? It doesn't matter what happens to Amazon. Whatever they do, I hope they do well. But we're going to do better. You know, okay. Now, before I go any further, and I got to speed up, I need to ask you a fundamental question to stir your cognitive thinking and emotion. I really need to know if you understand this. You own a store. You bought one. You're an entrepreneur. Name a store. I use a hardware store. This is very simple. You own an unfranchised and a shop.com site and a shopping annuity. An unfranchised. You have all the products in the world. Forget that for a minute. You own a hardware store. You need to buy a hammer and nails. Where do you get them? You have them on your shelf at wholesale. Do you go to Lowe's or Walmart or the local other hardware store and buy them at retail? That's how simple this is. That's how simple it is. You just don't do that. It doesn't make any sense, right? So don't do it. Okay. Andrew goes around with me all the time. He sees some of the questions I get asked and how I answer them. And one question was, you know, this thing looks too good to be true. What's the catch? Okay, so one catch is that you won't do it. We'll forget that one. The other catch is your timing becomes dependent on other timing. We get some people in, we expect them to do it, but life is complicated. Everybody has different timing and different problems. People die, people get sick, people fall in love, people get divorced, people have kids, the kids have problems, all types of stuff happens, right? Anybody not have problems? And you don't have to control the timing of them. So something happens. It's not that they don't believe, or they get religious and go on a crusade, wonderful, or they get political or some campaign or cause, and it absorbs their attention, so they don't do as much, and you are depending on them to hit the next pin level. So here's what's great about the shopping annuity. It's called atrophied legs. Everybody knows what atrophied legs are? You have a leg that shrinks that you were counting on. Very disturbing, right? You do what I told you yesterday and never have to worry about it again. But here's the other solution. It's an insurance policy. If they come into the business and you get them to understand that they're getting everything at wholesale, and they buy this stuff anyway, and that you have a tool that'll help them find everything else that they buy, and they get credit for it and it accrues, and you'll help them do it, and we'll hook them up with a concierge. When that happens, there's nothing to quit. When people say, I'm going to quit the business, what are you quitting? You don't have an office that you go into. You don't have a job. What are you going to quit? The plan? I mean, what is there to quit? It's invisible. The reality of the business is when we all come together here, this is Market America. But there's nothing to quit. What are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to quit my 50 a month. Oh, come on. You're already spending more than that. Go ahead, quit it and spend 150 instead of the 50 to get the same stuff. You get it? There's nothing to quit. So if you have them on a shopping annuity, they have to keep spending. They have to keep shopping. They're saving money. It's working. Okay, take a break. Don't do it. See, people don't quit, they disappear. I'll say that again. People don't quit, they disappear. But even if they disappear, it's harder to get off of the shopping annuity than it is to get on it. And they're saving money. And they're getting credit. Does this make sense to you? So that's why you get them on it. It solves that terrible problem of atrophied legs. So we have some magic happening right now. We've been working real hard while you've been out there, you know, either with the dot or building or whatever you're doing. I'm glad you all came because I get to tell you what I've been doing. So there's several things that we've done to change the look, feel, and reality of the shopping annuity so that it works easier, faster, better, and more fun. Does that sound good? One is, okay, so there's these 6 things. Uberization, or making it mirror your lifestyle transparently, so it's just, you know, it's the way you do things anyway, and creating lists out of that are matched. That's the second thing. We're matching all the product. Okay, so when you need a product, the best product comes up that was determined by all the shopping annuity ambassadors who have done a lot of this, and SAM members, and we wire it to it. You don't have to go find it. You don't have to search. You just click and it goes right to the landing page of the product. You like that? Okay. Then we have matched with that the concierge, where we're hiring people and they actually find the product for you and place the order and work with you to complete the shopping annuity and the things that you need. You like that? When you have to make big purchases like a TV, there's an expert that narrows the choices and then places the order. And it's a pseudo one cart is what I call it, because it looks like it's operating like a one cart, but they ordered all the stuff for you. And one bill, one charge, real simple, okay? How many people like that idea? Life-changing, okay? And then, we're going to do it in a minute, digital aggregation. Digital aggregation is where we know that everybody in here wants something different. But there's 500 of you that want the same thing. 2,000 of you will want another same thing. So we aggregate those numbers, and we're able to bring out products, either BV or IBV, that are a lot lower price and a lot higher IBV. We exercise our muscle. We create a system right here. We already did it, and it worked with you, and you didn't even know. And we're going to do it every single month. Yeah. And, you know, it works like this. Digital aggregation, one-to-one marketing, polling, nominating to narrow the vote. That's one lever. Watch this now. Second one, uberization, functionality. It's easy. It makes lists for you. It's automatic. It's fun. It works right along with the way your life works. It's friendly. You understand what I'm saying? Now, you're not going to believe that until you try it, but you're going to see that that's what's happening, okay? Product matching. Now that you do the assessment, you don't need to go find the products and search and spend hours and hours of frustration. We already figured out through the people that have done it over and over again, what on there is the best buy. The lowest price, best shipping, highest IBV, and high BV. I mean, people that do this all the time are just like you in the business, and you're trying to find what they already found, so why not just give it to you? How many people like that? And then the concierge. Trained professionals that know the site, know the program, that you bring what you can't find or need to. They make lists, they use the list that you were generating, and they order it for you. Oh. Now, I know what you think of the shopping annuity. Think about it again now in a new context. When those four things come together, you have an explosion. You have an explosion with you or without you. So remember the original concept 27 years ago. You know, if I could find the products that people want, and there's 10,000 that want this, I can go buy it at a lower price, and I can pay them, and everybody in that line with 100% credit, and two get two, 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 get two. Here it is. It finally happened. I had to find a way to make you money so you'd be here today. It's here. So digital aggregation. Okay, the shopping annuity will start avalanching, and it creates synergy. Digital aggregation makes one-to-one marketing happen. All that means is each one of you want to buy something different, and we treat you differently, separately, but also every single one of you have a commonality with somebody else who wants to buy the same thing. So in a digital world, we can pull that out and use that to lower the price and increase. And you have been doing it. You don't even know it. Then we go and negotiate, develop, and source. You vote after we narrow it. Like a primary, you know, and then the national convention, and then the election. In the election, you buy. Well, you got the numbers, and you already said you wanted it, and that brings the product out immediately. You know, so product matching, shopping annuity, assessment determines where you're spending, what you need. We have all the products in the world, but you can't find them, and we match them to you, for you. You just click on it. Is that easier than what you were doing before? Okay, so the uberization simply means that it copies the way you live. So that when you're using it, it's making lists, you know, the same way that you go around in your house, and it makes it fun and easy. Does that make sense? Concierge, I know that you're going to have some difficulties or confusion or not find everything, so we're going to hook you with an expert that knows where everything is, and if they don't have it, we're going to find it and match it up and order it for you. How do you like that? Oh, come on! Oh, wow. What did I do? I skipped. So, do I need that last slide? So when we put these four things together, you're determining the products. We're making the price lower and the BV and IBV higher. Okay? We're adjusting some things in the IBV plan so the BV and IBV don't work together rather than against each other, and so that the shopping annuity starts to roll. So you have IBV coming up a lot more faster until it meets in the center. It feels real good because you get a check. So when we put these 4 things together that we did not have in place before, I understand your frustration, but in the next 3 months, as they take over, what happens to your shopping annuity? Boom. That's enough reason right there. Stay with the 10, 20, 30. It's coming, it's happening. You don't want to lose credit for your volume because it's going to boom. Don't cry to me later. Okay? So we're at the tipping point. I know that I'm talking about what is about to happen, going to happen, and you only believe in what already happened. But it will happen, and at that point, it'll be what already happened. And the question is, will you be in it or not? So the concierge program takes all of this information, gets the right products, and provides you somebody that knows how to order it or knows how to complete the job for you and to match the product. And then that data narrows, and it's like a repetitive process. So once it's done, it's automatic. Just adding. But when you have big things come up, like a TV or a baby's coming, we prompt you from the assessment because you told us you had a baby coming. You told us that you were going to be moving. You told us that you had to put an addition on. So we prompt you and say, hey, do you need any help? Do you need any assistance? Because we'll help you narrow the choice and find the best deal. And they order it for you. Do you like that? It's amazing. Okay. And I got to tell you something. Now, Steve doesn't know about this. We have a model that's worked very, very well in the past called certified trainers and creating an entrepreneurial opportunity for people in the organization. We're going to need many concierges, and we're going to train professional ones. And this thing is going to start to explode. Can you feel it? Can you bet on me? Can you put your chips down, man? Or do you want to bet against me? Okay? So when that happens, we're going to have paid professionals doing this. But we're going to need more. Who's better than somebody who's living it and doing it that wants to make a little money and be a professional concierge? So we're going to have a training where we take the best SAMs and train them to do this for their group and other groups. And there's going to be an incentive for doing a good job. The more conversion you get for them and the more you save them, the more you get paid. And I'm going to have an army of these for you. That's how I solve the scalability. We're partners on that, right? Now, how many people like that idea? Come on, let me hear it. Let me hear it. Okay. Will that work? You doggone, it'll work. It's going to happen. So, we take product by category from the assessment. It's screened for lower price. It includes shipping costs, and it's on one cart. Did you hear all that? Okay. A international solution. We're going to find a way to put best walk-in stores on .com and on one cart. We have to solve those things. But we are going to do that in the next 3 months. Do you hear me? SABV products, take products in-house, products that makes the SAM 500 BV like a no-brainer. We already did some of it, right? Okay. We eliminate the retail profit, the retail part of it, because we can't make those products competitive for a profit and high BV because they're commodities and everybody has them and you can't make anything unique about them. But you have to buy them anyway. So let's get them in there at higher BV and lower costs, lower than you'd have to pay anywhere else. Makes sense. From nominating and polling, ambassador choices, SAM discoveries, leveraging numbers, collective buying power, all types of brands. We identify them. 23,000 people in here have all found something. You bring it to us. We nominate it. We vote. And now we got the muscle. We negotiate the best deal possible. A lot of these sites have 500 products on them, and they average the commission, you know, at 3% or 5%. But we only want 5 of those products. But we tell them we want to cherry pick those 5 off, and we're going to give you orders for $50,000 over 6 months. We want 15%, not 5%. And we want a lower price. You see this? We're already doing it. It works. I don't need to prove it. You can prove how big it can be, though. So, new hot BV products quarterly. You like what happened with Trim Tea? That represented a change that Dennis really pushed for. We got to stop sitting around waiting. We have a field, and we have a corporate team that's out there and knows what's emerging, what's hot. We've got to be on the cutting edge. And so now you're being empowered to do that. You see everything, don't you? So you bring them to us monthly. We narrow them. You can lobby your group. You can lobby other groups. And the products that get nominated the most, we research to make sure that they're legitimate, not to waste anybody's time. And then there's a preliminary vote. You did this last year. And then we narrow it, and you, the finalists, you vote on because we give you the price by buying it. You don't get charged until it comes, but you had to buy it anyway somewhere else. Does that work or what? Okay, so monthly nominating and polling. 3rd week of every month. We'll announce the date. You be hustling. Find the things you want. There'll be a process to get them in. We leverage the numbers and deals for lower price. BV, IBV, SABV, Super IBV. We're going to have Super IBV. So you don't have to complain about the 10, 20, 30. Trash bags. $20, okay, which is $5 less than anywhere else you can get them for 10 BV, IBV, things like that. Oh yeah, it's not the same as using a BV product, which is basically taking the BV out of all the little people up the line that need to be accumulating to hit checks. Okay? But you got to buy it anyway. You're going to buy it anyway, and you're saving money, so it's better. And then it doesn't displace IBV that would be bought, so you end up getting 2 checks. I'll explain it to you later. Nominations from UFO and in the field monthly. Bring them to us. We're going to bring them to you too. Our research department, Dennis and the executive sales team. Okay? And then we use digital aggregation by all the people in this room, voting. And that brings the product out the next 3 months or next month. And you've seen it happen. So it really works. We did it without you really knowing. You know why I did it? They didn't even understand what I was doing. I made them do it. Because I know that the only learning and only belief comes from experiential learning. You have to see it work. Just like the plan. You don't believe it until you get a check. Okay. So, shopping annuity assessment, the list functionality with uberization, it screams. It's cool. But you won't know unless you try it. So the point is you stop searching. When you have an item in the assessment, it's matched with a link to where to buy the best deal. You can do something else if you want, but somebody already went through that. Does that make sense? Do you like that? Okay, let me show you what we did to you without you really knowing it, and it worked. And it brought products out that you're getting paid on, that you're saving money on, to take care of the 500 BV SAM, goal, and it's amazing. So this recapitulates and reflects in reality what's in this room right now. Every single one. Pinch the person next to you. Pinch them. Make sure careful where you do it. No, I don't mean hard. Touch them. They're real. They're real. They're sitting here and they buy product. All we have to do is do this together, and you don't all have to do the same. Okay, roll it. By you voting, we will come out with Market America brands for retail BV. By your vote. You have power, economic power, people power. You feel it. You have it. You have it. This is what it's about. 25 years. We're here. We're here. Toothpaste, premium toothpaste, your own toothpaste. You and your team determine what products are available through Market America's Shopping Annuity BV program, the Shopping Annuity BV products, by ordering. Your order's a vote. What do you think of it all? Applause meter, let's measure it. What do you think? Hey, hear it. Do you win? Do you get it? We're here. We're here. We're here. Anything that people want. If we were to take the economic power of what the people in this room spend, and it's $18,000, $51,000 average income, you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars spent in this room. When you talk about the people you represent and the rest of the community, it's billions. That's economic power. That's bigger than Wall Street. That's bigger than the establishment. We can take back the economy right here in this room. What did you think? What do you think of the polling mechanism of being interactive? Let me hear it. Are you going to do it? Are you going to do it? That's that power. Do you see the difference? Do you see that it can work? You, without even knowing, did it. And we used that and got the product, and you now have it at 50% BV. How many people love the toothpaste? Okay. Yo, look at me. You have power. Oh my God. What if this actually happens? Oh man. So look guys, we're matching product. The problem's over. I know you're frustrated from trying to find all that stuff. And then having to deal with the shipping and whatnot. It's all gone. We're making it easy. We're connecting the dots for you. Will you take a step with me if I took a step with you? That's all I'm asking. The best choices, test it out. I know that you've been around the block a few laps, and it's hard to believe things. I don't believe anything. I've heard everything, been told everything, promised everything, and I don't believe in anything except God and myself. And I want to believe in you. But you know what always the proof is? When it actually works. A magic moment is when the future is undetermined. Nobody knows for sure what will happen. But that billionth of a volt goes across somebody's cerebral cortex, and they decide without the determination already being made. And in so deciding, they made a determination. And it changed the way things were. and it changed the world. That's what happened that made this company work. And we're right now at that point, this very second, with the shopping annuity. Can I get that thing to snap? Can you make the decision, I'm going to give this a try? That's all I'm asking. You know? And let the result be the prophecy for the future, if it works. It's already worked some. So we know what people buy and what they want, and you know. And together, we determine what we come out with. Okay? There's hundreds of thousands of UFOs that are looking for products and know what the best deals are. We bring all that together and bring everybody else the best deals. Everyone's separate and can buy what they want. But together, each individual with the rest have commonalities. We can use those commonalities to leverage price, increase BV, and bring out any product that everybody's using. Is that a solution? You know, matching the product, you don't have to work so hard anymore. And the power is in this room right now to virtually come out with any product that you want and to get any product that we have at a lower price and higher BV. You know, it's important to understand this. The reason we don't take commodities and consumable products that are like toilet paper or wet wipes or trash bags and make them into BV retailable products is that they are a commodity and there's no margin. Everybody's getting them. So you can't add value to them. Can't make them soup, you know, like OPC3 versus some other antioxidant in a delivery system. Right? So you have to be competitive. You're controlled by the market. Okay? But you can eliminate the retail, and we can use collective buying power and force the price down so you're getting it for less money than you would buy it at any store or anywhere else or any other site and have 50% BV. And we did it. You did it. Okay? Well, but do you understand why it is the way it is? So we have different types of products. We have SABV products that are to help you hit that 500 BV in the SAM, which is the average figure. And by the way, I'm hiring Forrester Research, some other companies to redo the statistics and determine for sure what that number is. It might come down. What I looked at, it looks like it's the same. It might go up, and different for every country. And don't require us to buy something or count something if we don't have the product. I'm going to make it perfect with the experts that do it for Fortune 500 companies, third-party credibility, so that it's definitely credible and right. I mean, you like that? So we have different types of products. SABV products serve one purpose. You don't retail them. They don't count for your requirement. They count for the shopping annuity, converting spending into earning, making it easier to hit. You all get that, right? Okay. Same thing. Okay. So I'm just popping through these because I'm out of time. But you understand that concept. Then we have BV products that we'll be coming out with. Every month, you can make another hot product come out that'll spike things. You understand that? Okay. And at the best price. Then we have IBV products. We are aggregating the one-cart best deals that beat Amazon and everybody else, like trash bags, like hand wipes, all those type of things, and putting them in packages so it doesn't cost much money, more money to get them. You get a good IBV to cost ratio, and you had to spend that money anyway, and the important thing is it's significantly less than anybody else out there. So one cart auto ship sets of products, a set for 10, a set for 20. You can't argue that everybody has trash bags, everybody has hand wipes, things like that that are just universal. It makes it a no-brainer. I want it to be easy for you, you know? Okay. So we poll. We nominate, we narrow, and we vote. When you vote, you know the price, right? You can see that it's higher BV or IBV, lower price, and the shipping's taken care of. So, you know, you follow this logic. I have a dream here. I know that we have the power in this room. Look at this slide. This is the average income. The new figures came out. They're better in favor of the shopping annuity. Okay, you got a little tax break last year. Okay, I'm going to come out with the new figures, but they're good enough. And what the figures show don't work against us, they work for us. So let's just call it a truce for now, okay? Okay, in this arena, the economic power in this room at this moment in time, this is not fantasy, this is not hypothesis, this is reality. 23,000 people bought tickets to attend this convention. That is $1,311 million of buying power. In this room right now, right this second. You want to talk about a market cap? Our market cap is in buying and selling, not equity, which reaps profit to you. Active UFOs, you represent groups. You are the representative. This is Congress, and your vote counts. And you speak for them and influence them in your constituency. True or false? 160,000. That is 9,240,000. This is a Buffett technique, by the way. The Warren Buffett technique. Multipliers. That's $9,243,200,000. Okay, we have 6 million registered customers that buy occasionally or whenever. But the shopping annuity has something to offer them. Folks, that's $346 billion, $200 million. Now you're getting up there into the Google range. Why did I say that? Because it's a paradigm shift. Being able to do this with shopping and earn money and a residual income and save money and it be automatic is as big as searching for information. And everybody shops. And everybody wants a nest egg. And it can happen right here. Okay? So this is the money you spend that we put in the shopping annuity. It might change. Not going to change so much that the example doesn't work, right? Right? Okay. 23,000 times $22,750 per person is $523,250,000, okay, which is the average spend. In this room will be spent this year. If you take the rest of your groups, it's $3,640,000,000. I'm talking about economic leverage if you don't understand what I'm talking about. There's no use fantasizing over something that cannot be substantiated with numbers. That's an important statement. I'm not dreaming. I'm not fantasizing. I'm talking about reality in reach, you know. Active customers, you're talking about $136,500,000,000. Okay, you're not getting the point. Let me move to a point where you will get the point. Take one product, $10. $10 product, that's in everybody's range, right? We buy a lot of $10 products, right? Okay, you got people that buy $10 products all the time, right? You got customers that buy $10 products all the time, right? Okay. One product. People just don't buy one product here. So once I get done, multiply it by what you want. 5, 10, 20. but just on one product. One half of the people here, one half. Because I know some of you won't get it, you get stuck on the dot. $11,500 people times $10 is $115,000 per month. Ask Marty what that'll leverage. You're going to get the best price and higher BV when we go with that number. That's the power in this room right now. You make that happen. So now, take it down to 5,000. It's 50,000 a month or 600 grand over the year. Take it all the way down to 1,000. 1,000. 1,000 of you buy the same thing. It's 10 grand a month, 120,000. Multiply it by 20 or 10 for the number of customers or people in your group. Look, folks, what I'm trying to explain to you is this is real. As real as you are sitting in that seat. And we already did it without you understanding it. So, voting narrows the products. You voted, we listened, and we met you halfway by keeping our commitment. This is what came up. This is what you voted. You remember doing this in here? You did it, and this is what came up. So we researched it and found which ones were the easiest ones to make the deals on. Marty's team. Okay? You remember that? Okay, you do remember it. Okay. So you demonstrated your collective buying power when you made your vote and committed in the form of a pre-sale. We gave you the numbers. You committed. Put your money where your mouth is. You're not going to get charged until it's delivered, but you got to buy it anyway. And you did it. And what came out? Huh? What came out? Okay, toothpaste. So now we have Shopping Annuity brand hand. We have Shopping Annuity, what is that? Can't read. Foaming hand soap. Shopping Annuity deodorant. How many people use deodorant? You better be using it today. That's real, right? They're ready. You made it happen. I didn't make it happen. So you voted, you won. And they're being delivered. Do you get this? So we do the same thing with IBV products, super IBV products. To make it easy to do 10, 20, 30, easy to hit the brackets. And when your whole group does it, you're earning checks. I'm going to make it happen for you if you'll just do it with me. Give me a chance, will you? Okay, average BV of 45 BV, percent BV. The toothpaste is a good example. I got to get to the new vote. Because deodorant, they're all being delivered. Organic hand soap. Look at the BV on these things and the cost. I mean, this is the real deal. What do you think about this, guys? Okay, do you want more? Okay, now I did not cause this to happen. You need to understand this. You did the poll at the last event. You remember? And this is what came up. We narrowed, and razors came up. Everybody's got to buy them. We narrowed it, we gave you the price, and now it's time to vote. You need to vote today. We need to break the record. We need to prove to ourselves that it works. You all got to buy them anyway. So you have it on your shopping annuity, on your unfranchised in the collective buying power section. You got your phone, there's a booth, you go to it. Hey, don't be a person that comes and sits and gets excited that isn't stuck on the dot and doesn't do anything. Be somebody that does something. Because together we can change the world. Together we can make things happen. And this is proving it to you. You know? So look at these things. Look at the cost in the BV. We're beating the prices. We're giving you better value. And it adds up. Is this real? Look at it. Okay? So now's the time, folks. The moment of truth. The election. Did you vote? And you can do it right now. You can even do it on your phone right now. So look at this. These are the people in this audience. Real people. That is the entire organization. Each square represents one of your groups. Out of those groups, everybody wants different things. But out of all of them, a certain number want the same thing. Do you understand that? This is digital aggregation. We're all connected. They're real people. They're in this room right now. It's like the person next to you. You may be up here. So one of these people wanted this. Does everybody follow? And everybody else in that group wanted the same thing. So now we can get it for less money at a higher value, a BV value. Does everybody see this? Okay, let's take another product. Okay, this person comes up, but there's 50 or 100 others, ones like them. My point is that that person's real. They're in here. It's not theoretical. There's another product out of all these groups. This is digital aggregation, one-to-one marketing. Each of those people buy other different things and don't have to buy the same things. It's not a co-op. Are you getting this? Oh, I know that couple. They buy this, their group buys it, those people buy it. The price, we get a better IBV, we get better deal, even on regular IBV shop products, other brands, that'll be on the one cart. They'll be on auto ship. And we'll create super IBV. So in this field, there's all types of product combinations. Everything that you buy, we match it up. And the power is in this room and in the marketing plan and in those 6 things that I told you that we have that nobody else in the world has. Wow. You voted. Go to your app. Go to your phone. Go to booth 121 and vote. So this is what it looks like. It takes 5 minutes to go through. You don't have to think a lot about what you buy or what you use or what you spend on. Maybe the man does and the woman does that part, and the man does the other part. No use talking about a shopping annuity usually to the man because he doesn't know what's being bought. But new products. Every month you can nominate new products. You nominate the deals that you have found on shop.com so that we can work on the shipping, so that we can work on the cost and the BV and cherry pick them. And we'll prove to you that we can make it happen together. You know? So I hope that you do that. I got to pop through this stuff. You understand it, you're watching it. When we all do that, what does it do to you in the marketing plan? You understand the marketing plan. Does it have an effect on the marketing plan? Does it have an effect on your income? Does it start going up? When the IBV is double and we're adding super IBV, it changes things. Because it's the ocean, not the lake. And you all have to buy those things anyway. And you own a hardware store. And you told me you're not going to Lowe's to buy your nails and hammers. I hope you're not lying. Because if you're not, you're going to get rich. I promise. So everybody gets 100% credit. Get the point, please. Take it home. Believe me. Just believe me long enough to try it. And if I'm not telling the truth, then you don't have to believe me. You can go put your nose on the dot. Okay? Believe me on this stuff. Try it. We are matching the products. Everybody in here, especially Sam's, have tried to find everything. They already know what the best deal is. We're linking you to it. It's easier. We're making lists. As you go through, the way this thing works, it's natural to make the list. You drag things over. Just pop it up. You bring it up anytime. Once a week, you can go through that, and we'll match it. You send it to the concierge, and they do it for you. Okay. I got to pop through. I'm sorry. The assisted buying, narrowing, I got to tell you, there's two parts of this that I love. You got to retake the assessment so we have the data. But everybody in here, 33% of your income, your spending is on big ticket items or annual events. Babies, moving, new car, TV, right? That's a statistical fact. So when that time comes up, or your anniversary, you got to get something, or an event where it requires, you and your significant other to get nice clothes, which is wardrobing, it'll remind you. I love this because I'm always forgetting everything and doing it at the last minute, and I don't know what I'm doing anyway, and end up making the wrong choices and losing money. Anybody like that? So here you have an expert. You want to buy a big screen TV for the Super Bowl? You know how many choices there are? And you don't really know this stuff. So somebody that does asks you questions, shows you pictures, and it narrows. And then they give you advice, and they find the best deal. You don't need to then go find it. They order it for you. Holy moly. Okay. That can be addictive. If I know that every time something's coming up, I'm going to be reminded and somebody's going to offer me help. And then for all your consumables, we're focusing on getting all the best deals, okay? And putting them together and having someone do it for you. What more can you ask for? Why do I get so excited? I get so excited because our number one product has always been belief. And I believe in it, and I believe in you. And I know that we can do this. I want to come back here next year and say, my God, you were right. This thing's spreading like wildfire. I don't even need to recruit anymore. People just want to get in. That's my dream. I got to pop over this stuff. Hold this slide. So this is the idea. A market vertical, name it. Name one. Consumables, food, condiments, bedding, whatever it is. That vertical is on the assessment. It's identified on the assessment, okay? If it's an annual spend or an event, you're going to get an alert. And you go to someone who knows where all the stuff is and all about it, and they help you narrow the choice, make the selection, and order it for you. On your shopping annuity, the things that weren't already matched that you're looking for, they know where they are, they find them, and they order them for you. How easy is that? But you got to take the shopping assessment. Guys, I can't keep up with Steve. These are great slides. He did a great job. I hope that you understood it. And now at this point, we've invested billions of dollars in this. You guys worked with me to make this happen, to find the greatest products that nobody else can find. They don't have what you have. They don't have this community. They don't have the assessment. They don't have the 6 things that make the shopping annuity possible to change the world. They want to get in. They want to be a shopping annuity member. they got to qualify. Just like I do in the plan. Did you hear me yesterday in recruiting? They have to answer the questions. Do you drive to work? That's $6,000. How much time do you spend shopping? That's $5,000. How much do you spend per year on consumables? Let me get you the deductor that'll prove it to you, and it'll just plug it in. But you have to qualify, just like for an insurance policy. If your profile is not right for that group insurance policy, you don't qualify. I'm sorry. Or an investment group, or a fraternity or social group or yacht club. They just don't take everybody. You got to qualify. And we invested millions in this. So if you want it, you're not going to waste your time with somebody that doesn't understand and disagrees and can't benefit from it. Is this making sense? So it becomes a qualifying process. And those are the 6 things. You've seen them before. But now we're really going to do them. I'm going to systemize them so that they have to answer. And come on, let's go, JR. So what I dreamed of becomes a reality. And you make it a reality with me. I got to get to the end here. I just want to tell you one more thing, and I'll throw in the towel for today. I'll be back again, believe me. Thank you for coming to the convention, and thank you for at least giving me a chance to make my pitch. I hope you buy, because it's all about you. It's all for you. I don't need any more money, folks. I'm not doing this for money. I really am not doing it for money. I hope you understand that. I'm doing it because I truly believe it's an economic solution for the world and for all of us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, I want to tell you one more thing and I got to get out of here. I have a surprise for you. You know how you all have customers, right? And they buy a product or two, right? But when you go to sell them another product, they get weird. What are you doing, man? Because you didn't really sell them the other products. They saw you use them, they said, what's that? And you told them about it, they wanted to try it, it worked, and then they had to have it. And then it spread to other people, true or false? And sometimes they end up getting into business because they realize that you're making money and they know a lot of people that want it. True or false? Very true, right? Is it true, Andy? Okay. Now, there's only 15% add-on sales. In other words, you have a customer and you go back and get them to buy more products, right? And it takes an hour to do it, right? Okay. So this program is so powerful. I'm going to be able to prove the savings and the residual income that it generates. And I'm going to make it into a policy, a financial service policy, the Shopping Annuity Client Program. They pay for it because if I can show that you're going to save X amount of dollars and prove it, right? You can get a commission of $100 to $300. They pay it monthly, so it's $10 a month continuity or whatever. And you get paid a retail profit. They are customers. And they get residual income. In the UK, we have a program where you can earn 40 or 50 bucks a day. You know, I don't know all the numbers. You know, in pounds to dollars, I get confused. Ask Lynn Al. But at any rate, people can make 40 bucks a day off of what they buy and their footprint, just like social media. Because if it's working for them, they tell other people. And you're not just selling one product for $70 and making $10. When you sell the shopping annuity to them, you're doing them a favor. Let me do you a favor and show you a simple way to get everything that you need, save a lot of money, eliminate the hassle, and get a residual income on your footprint. Because if it works for you, it's going to spread everywhere. I have been approached by many financial planners and financial services people. They can't believe this program. They can believe it. They drool. But they need a commission. Because they're always taking money out of a person's pocket in order to sell them insurance, annuities, investments. But now they don't need to take any money out of their pocket. Because if people are already spending it and it generates income where maybe they will invest. A.L. Williams was a football coach. He started an insurance company that did one simple thing. Convert your whole life to term and invest the rest. Stupid. Who wants to sell insurance? Nobody wants to buy insurance, but maybe I'll save on it. Company went to $6 billion in a couple years, overnight. When I talk to those type of people about this, holy moly. Folks, I'm going to tell you something. This thing will avalanche to billions and billions. You won't have to recruit. You can forget about everything that I talked about yesterday. People will be lining up to get in. I've done this my whole life. I know people. I know markets. I know what is slippery. I know what it works. The problem is most slippery things aren't legitimate. This is totally legitimate. We can change the world. And I swear to God to you, you can get rich. We can be rich together. I love you. I'm sorry I took so long. I didn't get through it all, but God bless you. Do you believe?